Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, we have one of my classics on the channel, so the 6'8 pure inside. So this is the undersized center that can still feature as an ISO ball handler. As you can see, we're still debating between the attribute points as I'm like showcasing this point of the build, but it's an elite rebounder in the sense of being like fast and able to get to the positioning. It still has decent box out beast, obviously, you know, we're adding that Prim D on for that gold on ball menace and gold challenger as well, paired with 85 steal for gold interceptor and silver glove. Still have a 92 rebound, like I said, for that gold rebound chaser, gold box out beast. The 83 strength gives you the silver brick wall and enough for also box out beast, like I was saying before. 86 speed on a center build, quote unquote, is totally different. Now, here's the deal. With a build like this, you want to make sure that you're pairing yourself with a good point guard. This is where I think the contingency kind of starts to fall into play. But I would also say the counter argument to me, like saying that you need a good point guard, is the fact that you can take matters in your own hands as a ball handler a little bit more. Now, you have to be a really good slasher to make this work. We're obviously making the build with a low driving layup. It has no three-pointer. Like I said, gotta be an elite slasher to make it work. You can still pair in that pick and roll game with it. Like you could be a pick and roller and a slasher at the same time. So you want to at least have some resemblance of a point guard on the court while playing with this. Now I already showed you guys, if you want to check out the channel, a 5'9 point guard that can do it all. I'm talking defense, three-pointer, ball handle, pass act, all that. This is a really good combo to pair with that. And then if you pair that with a stretch big as well on like the threes, for instance, really good park build that you can play as a pure inside, in my opinion. You can be able to guard ball, especially on the ISO teams where that 5'9 can't handle guarding ball, in my opinion. And pairing this with a stretch big as well at the same time is going to be really nice because you'll have smaller matchups on you that make it easier for you to slash, as well as it can make it really easy to drive and kick, you know, kind of dotting those centers as they crash down off your stretch big and you're able to just pass it to them. So pair the ball handle with the decent speed with ball, the good Prim D, the 85 steal, enough block to still get that silver high flying denier and the bronze paint patroller. So like bronze paint patroller is anchor and high flying denier is chase down artist, but also works, it seems, from like off the corner. I would have to assume that, you know, it's not chase down anymore. It just is, you know, moving at a high speed, getting a block. So if you have enough speed built up, I'm guessing off the corner it can still work. So again, 93 driving dunk, in case you guys haven't seen. I'll pull up the attribute requirements for the contact dunks and stuff like that. But 93 driving dunk allows you the gold posterizer, still enough for Hoff Aerial Wizard as well. I'm assuming that with a build like this, we may even consider moving that driving dunk to 94 for no reason, because it doesn't give you any badges or anything like that. The reason I'm thinking about putting it to 94 is that you would allow yourself a chance to cap break it to 99 in the long game. So it's a hard thing to afford in the builder right now. But when you get your five attribute cap breakers at some point in the game, which it could be a while down the road, I totally will acknowledge that, but having 94 unlocks you the ability to potentially get 99. However, you should know about the vertical requirements as well, because you will need to make your vert higher if you plan to be able to play yourself into being able to put 99 dunk on your build in a long game. So let's pull up those contact dunk requirements real quick. All right, so as you can see, elite contact dunks off 2. You only need an 82 vert to get this, but a 96 driving dunk. So that's something you could easily play your way into, which it may have some more badge implications on it. I'm not really like recalling exactly what you get for the badges between 93 and 99, where like posterizer is and stuff like that on that. But as you can see, if you wanted to play your way into 99 driving dunk eventually in the long game, you'd have to put 90 vert on. So I'm not gonna lie, that's one that's a little bit more unrealistic to go for. That vert is hard to achieve in this regard, especially with how penny pinched we already are in the attribute points with this build. But if you wanted to go 82 vert just to be able to play your way into 3 more dunk points, you know, I think that's a definitely doable thing in case we ever find out that elite contact dunks off 2 is important. I think that's plenty fine. So we already have it set up that way on this build with the 82 plus vert. So feel free to just, you know, keep that in mind. You could definitely play your way into this right here. But yeah, besides that, as you can see, the only reason I'm going 93 is I feel like it's a respectable rating on top of the fact that it's gold poster. I don't want to make a pure inside build with 89 driving dunk. I feel like it'd be kind of dumb, in my opinion. That's the one way you're kind of utilizing the build in terms of scoring. Maybe if you wanted to drop that dunk off though and put layup more into it and get a decent package, like if the D book is any good again this year, and it looked okay when I was playing with it. It wasn't like super crazy, you know, reliable or anything like that, but it's still something as for an idea where to put the points elsewhere if you wanted to think anywhere else on that. But anyway, let's get back to the build real quick. All right, so this right here is pretty much the final version of the build, right? So we're looking at, you know, like I said, I know we're kind of backtracking our steps a little bit here, but a versatile set of rebounding. You know, you can afford the O board and the D board with that gold rebound chaser and box out beast that you get through the defensive rebound being high. It'll still impact your offensive rebounding, as well as, like I said, do not sleep on speed, guys, when it comes to rebounding. I'm telling you, you have no idea how many of these 7-3s and stuff like that can't even get to a freaking rebound off the fact that they're holding a screen for their point guard and the point guard shoots the ball. When that shot goes up and the center is still on the 3-point line, you can bet so much money on it that center is not getting the rebound. Why? Because he can't make it to the paint in time. So, sure, the 7-3s and 7-2s and 7-1s and stuff like that are really good for block sitting. If you're just sitting in the paint, letting your point guard ISO and chuck up shots and stuff like that, it can be very annoying and frustrating to deal with those types of builds on Pro-Am especially. But in a situation where you're trying to be a very heavily influenced pick and roller into drive and kick, you know, being the distributor on your team, you want to be a focal point, but you're not really great at shooting the ball, you know, like myself, for instance. This is something that can totally be made. However, I do want to open up one sort of train of thought for you guys real quick. So let's pull up my other build video. Feel free to check it out for a more detailed look on it if you want, but I'm gonna pull up the 611 that I'm contemplating making. I might even make both these builds as well to give you guys a little bit more to debate between. And if you want to wait a couple of days, I'll definitely have my mind made up a little bit more between them probably. All right, so for instance, this is my 611 that I'm considering making, and as you can see, it has like an 83 strength, like the exact same as the last one, 82 vert. You could technically take that down to 80 if you wanted to, because with this one, the driving dunk is a little bit too low on the maximum since I'm 6'11", so we can't even cap break our way into that or anything like that. But this is definitely a more, you know, understandable center build, if you will, and it comes with some three-pointer on it. So not only is that something about this build that's unique, but I'd like to think it's just as affordable on the 6'8 as well to get 65 three-pointer. It's just we'd have to shave off something, but you know, I definitely believe that would be possible. So I just want you guys to know that I didn't do that type of due diligence on the 6'8, and I'm sorry for that, but I just want to open you up to the ideology of the fact that that three-pointer is really affordable at the low level. It's actually pretty insane. I think it's more because the close shot is already kind of forced up by standing dunk. So is the post control, which that doesn't have anything to do with upgrading three-pointer. But, you know, mid-range naturally goes up with that. If you get a higher three-pointer, it allows you to a higher free throw. So here, matter of fact, for instance, this isn't even the final version. The final version of this build ended up getting 80 free throw. So as you can see, like, I mean, that's a much improved rating. And with 65 three-pointer, you get bronze set shot specialist. So that's why it's definitely like a main point of interest to go with that. We don't know yet if 65 three-pointer is going to be hittable either, for that matter. I'm sure it'd be okay in the corner, you know, if you play your way into it. But it's something on the build that makes you not exactly such a poison to the offense if you're not good at the build and not good at slashing. So again, keep your mind open to the 6'8, putting some shooting on it. Just like I was keeping my mind open to making it with the 6'11, I just wish I would have spent some time looking for a 65 three-pointer version of the 6'8. But either way, I still love that 6'8 as an idea. Because, I mean, man, if this build could add some shooting, and I don't know where we do it from, maybe we drop the pass act by 2, but it's going to have to be a lot more than just that nudges. Obviously, it'd probably have to be like your Prim D going down to 85, and you're just kind of a little bit more of a mediocre defender, which I didn't want to do by any means, because I would love for this build to be an elite perimeter defender. I want it to guard ball on defense. And with 92, I feel like that was so achievable with those double gold badges and the fact that you're 6'8", you can switch everything, you can block shots, you can play lanes, you can do all that, you know. It's going to be a lot harder on this build to afford the 65 three-pointer in my opinion, because on the other one, you know, we shaved off the layup for that. We shaved off like a couple points here and there. On this one, we can't take off D-board because we need it for the badges, and I don't want my O-board on a somewhat pure inside, even if it was 65 three-pointer. I don't want my O-board in the 70s, bro. That'd be pretty rough. I mean, we could take the steal off or put it to 60 just for bronze interceptor. Then that takes away the threat of the on-ball defender, in my opinion. You know, even though it's only silver glove, that is still something to keep in mind. Can't take the strength anywhere. You know, we don't want the vert dropping too much. It's just, there's not a lot of like attribute shaving to be done on this. I already kind of hard capped it. So the only way this is doable, in my opinion, is if you can get away with 75 pass act, which if you want to play park, I think you could totally do 75 pass, and then you could probably afford something on that three-pointer between like some of those ratings, but it will probably still be a lot harder to achieve on this build than it would others. You could drop the speed with ball to like 75 as well, but I'm pretty sure we needed 77 for the lightning launch on silver. But anyway, like I said, we'll probably get you guys with a more updated version on this if we do decide to make the three-pointer build. If not, I still love the idea of this build even without the three-pointer. It's just you have to be confident in your play style when making something like this. So for all the people that have followed me and have made builds like this in the past, like I've had many different people reach out to me in DMs or even just like, you know, follow it on YouTube. So for those of you guys out there that want to make a build like this, this is the best look I had at something like this. So anyway, that's all video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to drop a like, 7 new channel noties, all that good stuff. And like always with these early content videos, let's try this 1 to 5K likes. I would really appreciate that. If you made it to the end of the video, put Slash in the comment short sports medal through. Wanted to put on for this pure Slash community, you know, all the dudes that for the longest have been making a no three-pointer build, but to still give you a kind of insight on how that may change a little bit this year, which I don't normally like as much, but hey, if it's cheap and affordable, that could be really good for us, you know? I definitely think that 65 could be a really good threshold point to be trying to reach. Also, in case you guys didn't know, I'm pairing with NBA 2K Labs again this year. So, in this time around, since it's so early, they're going to have early content such as the ratings you need for each badge and all the requirements with that are listed in, visual form. We also have each takeover ratings boost, all the ratings that are boosted by every takeover. And a lot of this info, it's stuff I'm interested in seeing. Like that, for instance, is something I didn't spend my time on the game looking for, so you'll find it on their website, as well as the fact that I am super interested in that myself, so I'll be checking it out. And then also, as soon as the game drops, they're going to look for every animation requirement and list that on their website as well. Alright, so as for the premium content, this is where the banger is. Now, obviously, this is 2K24 information right here. To get the 25, you're going to have to subscribe, but 2K Labs is cool enough to let me show you the 24 info as an example. So, for instance, you got a lot of different ways to sort it through here. You can look through green window, speed, you can look for the fastest millisecond jump shot, you can look for the total make percent. So, for instance, on the early, middle, and late end of the green window, what the chances are, then all that combined into the total average. You can look through the most makeable shots to the fastest ones with the biggest green window, to the ones that fit your position group between the guards, wings, and bigs. It's fire. You can find the bases and the uppers in here and combine that for the best possible statistical jump shot, and it's just a huge tool, so shout out to them for that. And then you have ranking of dribble moves per category, so it's going to be like behind the backs ranks against each other, showing you which one's the best. There's like a letter grade on each of them tested by Koza, so he's going to be ranking all those dribble moves in each category. And then we also have dribble practice tools, so it's going to be showing you exactly how to do the moves on the controller, and then you can replicate it on the controller in their website as well. So for anyone interested in supporting me while also getting access to the content, you can go ahead and subscribe to the 2K Labs Premium right here on NBA2KLab.com. And then when you click register, it'll allow you a chance to put in a creator code of someone you want to support. And then if you put in code Laker at checkout, you'll get 20% off of your whole purchase right there. And not that some of you guys care, but just to let you know, I get a percentage based off only your initial purchase. So if you got the monthly, I would only get a percentage based on your first month. So if you do want to support me a little bit and plan to get like 3 to 6 or even a year-long subscription, feel free to get those and I would really appreciate it, but I get that not everybody wants to. So if you want just the monthly as well, that's cool too. So anyway, that's code Laker at checkout. Appreciate you guys for watching. So anyway, that's all the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.